been alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where Edutainment explains it. Guess what, y'all? Another action figurine on Wednesday. On Wednesday, first, let me apologize to y'all for not giving y'all videos for the past couple of days. Interesting story. I cut my finger deeply, very deeply. So I had to actually give myself time to heal. And strangely enough, I healed like Wolverine. So I'm back up. I'm back at it. I'm ready to do it. And of course, we're going to be doing it with good old NECA. NECA here, who gives us this Flash Gordon line. Let me pan out. Boom. This is number one in the first wave of the cinematic Flash Gordon action figure line. There was an action figure line of this particular movie, but NECA's gotten better. They've gotten much, much better. And so these figures have a lot more detail. They're a lot better looking. And Flash Gordon is the first in a series of 3, as you can see. Look at Flash there. That's a very good depiction of Sam J. Jones as Flash Gordon. That's number 1 in the set. Number 2, of course, we got to have my man, Max von Sydow, as Ming the Merciless. And in this first wave, they choose to show him in his military uniform, an outfit I think he wore in 3 or 4 scenes in the movie. That's the one where he goes, "Gordon's alive." You know, he's one of the 2 people who's, well, few people who say that. And then last but not least, my personal favorite and my favorite actor in that movie, Brian Blessed as Prince Vultan, the most vocal and rambunctious of all Flash Gordon characters. But let's get into it. We're gonna look at all 3 of them, see what kind of accessories they got. I already got this area set up right here to put them on display. But before we put them on display, let's do what we need to do so we can do what we want to do. Kicking it off first with Flash facial expression. If you look real close at that facial expression, what's Flash thinking about? What's Flash thinking about in that picture? That's a lot of detail in that face. He looks really surprised, doesn't he? He even got hair on his chest. Look at the detail there. A lot of detail that goes into this character. A lot of detail that goes into this here character. See what I'm saying? That is a very movie accurate body type. You know what I mean? They didn't make him overly muscular or buff or anything like that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you look real close at his body, I mean, and like I said, he's got all the articulation that he needs. You know, you see the muscles, you see the details in the muscles. You know what I mean? You're looking at Flash there. He's got articulation. You see what I mean? He can bend. You know, not much, you know, give in the ankle area, but for the most part, you know, Flash is, after all, an action figure who can be put in action poses. So without further ado, now that we've seen the action figure, what does this action figure come with? Comes with not 1 hand sculpt, not 2 hand sculpts, but 3 hand sculpts. Now, what, pray tell, should we put in one of those hand sculpts? Well, we looked on the box and seen one of the things that Flash has a hand sculpt for, and that is pop that off there and pop that on there. And of course, it's the sword. There we go. Flash holding on to that sword. Really nice. And the game's up. Call off the attack, Ming, and I'll spare your life. That is basically Flash's accessory, but we got more than that. We got more than that. We got those everybody's just trying to call me. We got those fancy guns. You know what I mean? Those fancy guns that Flash likes to use, you know, ray guns. It wouldn't be a Flash Gordon party if Flash Gordon didn't have some kind of ray gun, right? And we got another hand just for that, right? Right. There we go. So we throw that on. Flash can be ray gunning and doing whatever else he likes to his heart's content. Flash didn't exactly break down and show you that pose right there, but certainly looks cooler, doesn't it? In addition to having a gun, hands, and a sword, he's got a couple of head sculpts. But you know what? Question. How dramatically different do these head sculpts look from one another? Help me, help me. Oopsie. How nuanced. How nuanced. Not tremendously different from one another, are they? So I guess that's the only, I guess if you could even consider that a downside for that figure. Why aren't his facial expressions like drastically different? That's not a drastically different head sculpt. And Lord knows we do not need another blonde hair, blue-eyed head sculpt jumping off in the world action figures. Other accessories include a grenade. Because if you are a true fan of Flash Gordon, you know we didn't even see these grenades until they were on War Rocket Ajax. See how many of you nerds know about War Rocket Ajax. But that's the Flash figure, man. Look it over, up and down. NECA, for one thing, they do not skimp on the details. They definitely do not skimp on the details. And speaking of details, we're going to move on to number 2 in this line, which is, of course, pathetic earthlings hurling your bodies out onto the void. Yeah, it's your man, Ming the Merciless. Let's get him out in the open here. This is probably everybody. Look at the face, man. Look at that face, man. Look at the detail in that face, dude. That's some uncanny detail. That looks just like Max von Sydow. Exactly like him. And they ain't stingy with the head sculpts. Everybody's got 3 head sculpts. You know what I mean? So this is the outfit that Ming the Merciless wore when he offered Flash Gordon a kingdom, in parentheses, of Mongo to rule over as his own. He also wore this outfit when Clytus, who I'm sure is going to be in another wave soon, was torturing his daughter, Aura, and she asked to speak to her father, and her father said, nope, Keep torturing that heifer. She's up to something. So you know your dad's gangster if he's like, nah, keep torturing her, but she gonna tell you something. But Ming comes with 4 changes of hand. Of course, we know Ming's got his thing with the ring. Oh, did I just say that out loud? Look at the detail on that ring. Go effing NECA. That's some great stuff right there. You know, his get Dale Harden all worked up and hot ring. So, and I'm kind of like, I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, it's hard for me to look at this and say this is just an action figure because that looks like Max von Sydow, which I think is very, very cool. Now, let's look at the faces for Ming the Merciless, the extra heads. I guess they didn't skimp this time. They decided, oh, here you go. We're going to give you some heads that look different from each other. So let me back you up, Ming. You're too close. Give us some air, bro. That one's a little more a more snarly face sculpt. He's kind of snarling and sneering in all his face sculpts, and then there's one where he's a little more, I'm stoic and I'm gonna wipe out the world and I ain't playing this time. So let's get that head sculpt off and this one on. There you go. Ming the Merciless here and now offers Flash Gordon a kingdom of Mongo to rule over as his own. They be slaves. And what was Ming's response to him? Let's just say they'll settle for the less. In other words, I could kill them, but I ain't gonna do that. And there goes Ming's sword, which he didn't really use at all. He just kind of walked around with it for show, like, ooh, look, I got a sword. Right. You know, other than that, I think this is more just sort of a look at the detail on this baby kind of a thing. Because like I said, they weren't trying to give the action figures no muscular bodies or no superhero looking bodies. It's just, but they're very, very detailed. I like that. So there's a picture on the box with him holding a goblet, and I thought he'd have that goblet in there as one of his accessories. Yet he does not. I'm not tremendously disappointed about that. But let's get to my fave. Let's get to my boy. Let's get to my dude. Now, arguably, I think Vultan has probably some of the coolest accessories of the 3. Think I'm lying? Watch this. Or that might be excitement. I don't know. Could be. But look at the detail in the helmet, in the face, in the outfit, even the wings. Check out the wings. Now, what they did was, it's kind of what I call a bar setup. So what it is, if you look real close underneath, I don't know if you can see that, there's a bar that goes into Vultan's back and then the wings fit on that. So you could get wing action going on without Vultan tipping over. You know what I mean? How sometimes you'll have those figures that have wings and the wings are heavier than the action figure. This is nicely balanced, so it's not as heavy, you know? So I could stand Vultan there like that, and we won't have no issues. Look at the detail. That looks like Brian Blessed, of course. So they didn't sleep on the details when it comes to that. Now, what's he got? What's he got for what do we need Vultan to have? Yep, his little hawk claw stick thingy, I guess. I don't know what a talon club. I don't know. It seemed like it was kind of a club. It was kind of a stabbing weapon. It was kind of a, you know what I mean? I wasn't quite sure, so I'm gonna just call it a claw club. Let's call it that. And there he is, standing tall with his claw club. What he almost beat the crap out of out of Baron with when Baron called him a thief and said he stole the fabled ice jewel of Phrygia. Look, the fabled ice jewel of Phrygia. I thought that was cool that they had that as a accessory for Vultan. So to me, that kind of says Vultan didn't steal it. If they're making it an accessory for Vultan, why would he have it if he was the one who truly stole it? You know what I mean? If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch Flash Gordon. The kingdoms of Mongo have to offer tribute to Ming, and the Hawk Kingdom offer the fabled ice jewel of Phrygia. You know what I'm saying? And I love his voice. He's got a he must have used to be an opera singer or something, because my man got an opera voice. You know what I mean? But that's a very cool accessory. Guess what other accessory they got? What else in that movie was Vultan very famous for wanting to have a hold of? Give me the remote control. Yes, they have the remote control from the Baron Flash rotating whatever that was they were on battle. That's a big remote, ain't it? Oh, so like I get it. This rotates when you press the buttons. See, and here I thought there was no method to the madness. See what an action figure does? Though he has one, two hand sculpts, extra, shall we say. He's got 4 head sculpts all together. What are you talking about, D? Hang on, I'll show you. Let's take the hawk thing here. My man has a head sculpt. Look at that. Look at that. He looks overjoyed, doesn't he? The detail in that head sculpt, bro. He looks like a maniac. Let's put that on there. He said it too. Gordon's alive. Yeah, there you go. That's that guy right there. Him say that. But look at that happy, overjoyed face. Look at that happy, overjoyed face. My man looks thrilled to pieces. I love the detail in that face. Also, in addition to the head that was in the helmet previously, which is that one, we can put a new head in there. And unlike these other guys, it's obvious when his facial expression changes. See what I'm saying? So yeah, ain't no doubt about this. When you got a different head sculpt for Vultan, you got a different sculpt for Vultan. And probably why I likes my dude. For giving a dumb old bird a second chance. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. And he's got the diabolical crazy guy look. And yet a third look. So to me, Vultan's got it on those other two guys with mad detail. Look at that. Oops, his fingers over there. We don't want his fingers all over there. But by far, in my opinion, this is the best of that wave. This is the nicest looking of that wave for me. I'm feeling that one right there. So now I'm gonna put them all side by side, and y'all can tell me which one y'all think is the nicest. And there, in all its glory, you have wave one of the NECA Flash Gordon movie action figure line. To answer the question, I know you're asking, yes, when the next wave comes out, I will be rocking with it. For crying out loud, I saw the movie 7 times as a child. Of course, I am going to collect the action figures. Drop it in the comments. What y'all thinking about Flash? In the comments. That's it for now, but fret not. I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, pathetic earthlings, who can save you now? A line that was never technically spoken in the movie, but all over the previews. Peace.